Hey team, hope you're doing well. This is another question that I think is really important, and it is, why does running make me stressed? And a lot of athletes, whether they're beginners or elite level athletes, commonly ask this type of question is because a lot of times we take running out of context. We get so caught up with past performances, comparing ourselves to other runners, um, our expectations of what we expect out of ourselves. That's what a lot of times causes mental and physiological stress. Also, muscular tension. Okay, that's also an additional reason that we sometimes perform poorly in our races. We get so caught up in too much visualization, over stimulus, where we're over analyzing ourselves prior to the start of our races, or even after workouts or after other races. We spend a lot of time evaluating our past performances. Maybe we ran a race and it didn't go the way we wanted, or maybe we did a workout that just was not where we wanted in terms of our split times. We were way off. And we overanalyze, we evaluate ourselves far too aggressively. That is definitely another reason why running makes us stressed out. Okay, in addition, it can be other factors that cause runners to be stressed. It could be maybe you're in school, maybe you're in high school or in college or in graduate school, and you have other responsibilities on your plate. There are some runners that do have the luxury of focusing 100% of their time on running and on getting faster. I've been very fortunate, extremely fortunate in the past when I was running professionally, to have that one opportunity to train 100% of my time on running. A lot of times, athletes will run their personal best when they're working a full-time job. In fact, I ran my personal best for the marathon when I was working full-time, and I spent a lot of years trying to earn an Olympic trial standard in a USA track and field event, and never did it when I was training full-time. But I did do it when I was working a full-time job. So that structure is very important for athletes, because a lot of times we think, well, maybe if I didn't have all this, if I wasn't in grad school, or if I wasn't in high school, or if I didn't have a family to raise, if I didn't have these additional stressors on me, I would run faster times. That's not a guarantee. There is some times where if you have all that off your plate, you can focus and zero in 100% of your time on running, that you can run much, much faster times. But I think for a lot of athletes, that additional structure, whether it's being in school, whether it's working a job and trying to put in your AM runs and then doing your PM runs after work, that additional structure helps, and they go out and they do run much better, and they do perform at a much higher level. I think that's very important. In fact, for the majority of my career, I was always training in high school, college, and even after college when I was working full-time jobs. I liked getting up early and being able to do either a track workout or a long run in the morning, and having that workout out of the way prior to going to work, and then going in, do a full day's work, and then come home and be able to do another run. So I think for a lot of athletes to have that additional time, have that workout completed prior to going into work, is a huge benefit. So why does running make me stressed? That's kind of my answer. I think that just the importance of taking the stress off yourself and not placing so much emphasis on forcing yourself to expect that you're going to run a new personal best every single time you race, or to think that you're just going to run great splits in training, or run great splits on the roads or on the track every time you do a workout. If you expect that, if your expectations are that you're never going to have bad workouts or bad races, then your stress level is going to go much higher. So just keep the enjoyment in what you're doing. Know that what you're doing is already tough, is already challenging, and great results come with ebbs and flows in training and in races. Over the years, I had many bad races. I had many times where I just didn't perform up to my own expectations, but I also added a lot of stress on myself over the years, because I was always goal oriented, but sometimes I wanted results too quickly. And I think that's another reason why a lot of athletes place additional stress on themselves, because they want, okay, I want to run this time by this time. And sometimes that time that we're aiming for might take an additional several months or several years in order to achieve. So just because you don't get the results that you want in your timeline, that doesn't make you a failure at what you're doing. Just know that if you stay consistent, if you have a long-term approach, if you have a belief in delayed gratification, if you are tenacious about what you're doing and you're not just kind of interested in success, but you're fully committed to success, you're willing to do whatever it takes, you have a winner's mindset. You know, the winner's mindset is those athletes that, and people in general, not just athletes, but people that are zeroed in on studying what the best at what they do on and off the track. If you study these athletes, that is a key to really keeping your motivation levels up, keeping your stress levels lower, and your performances in terms of athletic or non-athletic performances, whether it's, you know, giving a speech or giving a class or doing something that you have an expertise in, but you want to do it successfully, to keep your stress levels low and your performance curve higher. In order to do that, you have to make sure that you have a long-term approach, you have a belief in delayed gratification, you have an expectation that what you're doing, whether it's running or whether it's business or something else, in order to do that successfully and to streamline it more effectively, you have to make sure that you don't place so much stress on yourself that your performance levels decrease. I hope that just hearing from an athlete, you know, I've been running since 1992. I competed in local, regional, national, and international competitions from 1992 all the way to 2018. So I do understand the mindset of wanting success and knowing that sometimes great results just don't come in the time frame that we want them. But I also understand that if you keep the enjoyment for what you're doing, you're going to continue to succeed over a long period of time, and you'll have many, many years in this sport. We're very fortunate that it's not like gymnastics, where a lot of gymnasts will get their peak years in gymnastics is, like, for example, is anywhere from like in their teens. But for us as middle to long distance runners, we can still run great times all the way up into our 50s, 60s, 70s for a lot of athletes out there. So I hope this is helpful for you. Feel free to leave me a comment below this video. I'll definitely reach back out to you. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon, so when I make a new video, you'll be notified of it. And definitely check out RunDreamAchieve.com. There's a lot of resources on that website, as well as below these videos, that are there for you to help take your running and your training and racing to the next level. And I wish you all the best, and I will talk to you all in the next video.